Akko here, welcome back to Resonant Rise. I'm on the server at the minute with Sice, Lucy and Dex, and I've got a lot of stuff to do again. Now, my to-do list is starting to... Oh, my to-do list is starting to fill up. I suppose I should start by telling you about Jeff. I've had a bit of an issue. I keep getting fog in my base, and I thought it might have been the Eldritch Guardian who was out here, so I decided to move him. I put him back in his soul vial, and I had this guy in the soul vial as a Crimson Cleric, the Nightmare. So I put him in there, and I name tagged him. He's called Jeff. Hello, Jeff. He doesn't seem to attack me when I open his door. So, yeah, there's Jeff. And he makes some cool noises now and again. Like that. I think he called me a tit. I'm not sure. Don't mention squids. Let's ignore the squid. So, yeah. To-do list. Let's have a look. Lots of stuff to do. Lots of stuff. So, first up, the cows are doing it for me. The beef from last time, I have got feeding this guy. Now the beef here, see it's oh dear, my keyboard's dying. I need to get a new keyboard. The wire's falling out the back. Is my keyboard still working? Yes. Sorry about that. Fuck. Hello, Akko here again. Welcome back to Resonant Rise. I've got a lot of stuff to do, as always. So much stuff. The to-do list is getting bigger by the minute. I suppose I should start down here since I'm down here. Quickly, this room here I'm going to use for blood magic reagents. Now I'm doing it slightly different than I've done it on other builds. I'm going to have a calcinator for each reagent, and I'm going to get it into the AE system. The AE system needs a rebuild. It's kind of been getting me down a little bit. It's been holding me back. This one controller is not cutting it. I'm going to rebuild it from the ground up, and I'm going to have the controller around here. So, so this is going to be the brain of my AE system. Is going to be around the infusion lot, because I'm doing mostly magic-y stuff. So I'm going to rebuild that off camera at some point, and then talk you through it once I've done that. So this is going to be blood magic, and I'm going to try and integrate that into the AE as much as I can with alchemical chemistry sets and stuff like that. And of course I've got my little demon summoning bit in here as well. I might put a ritual containment in here so I can actually... Yeah, no, I'll just fight him anyway, screw him. So yeah, I'm going to have one of these calcinators for each reagent, I think, in there. Now in here I have wired up this guy, and I think he looks awesome. I moved him down one, I think it looks a bit better, and I put an item grate on the top, which I can lock and unlock. Partly because it looks really cool as well, but partly because it's really useful. So what we've got is 4 essential providers. If I drop down into the basement here, this basement I'm going to have to tidy up as well. So I cannot find ghostwood in the nether. So I don't know if I mentioned this. I rewired all this bit as well when I redid the walls upstairs in there. I've got chemical constructs that side and that side, and I've got the... Is that right? Yeah. And I've got the... What are they called then? Oh, I can't remember the name of the stuff. Yeah, they are chemical constructs. And they're alembics and stuff. Just alembics and stuff, innit? Furnace and alembics. So we've got a dense cable running along there. So to the alchemical constructs there. So that's, I think, 6 channels, 2, 4, 6. Because I've got a essential provider and a ME interface on the back of them, ready for when I actually do some auto crafting. And I plan to move all my ore processing onto Thaumcraft very soon. That's a bit scruffy, isn't it? To sort that out. Saying that, I'm in a place that's got dirt in the floor, so this is all scruffy. So if we move over here, all I've done is run a cable across, and there you can see where it's connected to the 4 essential providers. So what they do for me, they work like an ME interface in the fact that you can put things into them as well as take things out, and they work really quick as well. So if I get something I can throw away, let me let's get some nether wart, which is not in the AE system yet. Yeah, my AE system's been slowing me down a bit. It's been getting to me a little bit. A couple of things about this place has. One, I've been having loads of fog issues. There was a boss Eldritch Guardian hidden under the floor, and I had to go hunting for the dude. That was getting me down a bit, and I can't get the look of this place up here right, but we'll get back to that. I'm going to start building a bit of that off camera. I think it's since I've change this texture pack. I think the stone bricks are a bit too light and cobble's too light with the modded version of the Faithful Resource Pack. I like something a bit darker, so I started using this Tyrian more and more. So it's still grey, but it's a bit of a darker grey in it. So right, anyway, babbling away. Let's chuck that in there for now. My magnet. Put 2 stacks of netherwort in there, and then at the minute I've got to run through to show you it going in. But with them 4 essential providers, it goes in really quick. So let's have a look at. There we go. So there's our African going up, and there's the herb going up at the same time. So when I throw a lot of things in there, and I'm going to automate that so that things just get dropped into it, then that's going to be a lot quicker than using the furnaces in there. And this is highly automatable, because I can send things to it via crafting recipes, not using a ME interface. And is it the annihilate? No, the formation plane. I think I can spit things out using that. So anyway, that looks really cool, doesn't it? I like it. See, it's got the liquid aspects in there. Very nice. Bubbles and shit coming out the top. What else I'm going to have in this room is I'm going to have 6 infernal furnaces. I'm going to have 3 down that wall. I'll have 3 down that wall. Will I fit 3 down there? I might have to have 2 down each wall. If I do that, I'll have 2 down the back as well, maybe. So I'm going to go with a lot of infernal furnaces. They're really quick, but I'm going to go at least for 4. I might just have 4, yeah. Because I'm going to use that for my making ores into ingots. What I'm going to use, I've decided, is now in the pack, of course, there's mechanisms, so I could go 5 times ore processing if I want, but I've done that before and I wanted to do magic-y, don't I? So what I'm going to use is right back here down in alchemy. We've got these native clusters, and using the alchemical constructs, I can automate this. Put my ores straight into the alchemical constructs, so I can have that as just getting fed in from the back using the ME interfaces, or I could change them for import buses, even export buses even, and then that'll change it into all native clusters. I mean, and have them dropping into hungry chests. I could put a chest right in the front, but I just like the way it drops into them, and then I'm going to connect them back into the AA system with a interface, and then, although that didn't work for me in my test world, I couldn't seem to pull out of the hungry chest with a ME import bus, which is weird. And so then it's going to go from there to the infernal furnaces, where it's going to cook into ingots. So that's going to be my ore processing. I've decided to go big style or go home, you know. So I shall be doing that in the next episode or 2, I reckon. Let's look at the to-do list. Cows are doing it. There's a lot of stuff on the to-do list. There's a lot of stuff. The cows are doing it for me. So after the last time, the cows are doing really good on keeping my LP sorted. Now at the minute it's pretty low because I've just made about 8 stacks of tier 2 slates. So it's gone down like 3 million while I've been doing that. It was at 10. And this guide stays full. My rotten flesh ran out, so I've actually gone onto beef in here, raw beef. The rotten flesh is a 1.5 multiplier, same as like the netherwort there. The rotten beef, so it's 2 rotten beef to every rotten flesh, but I'm getting that much because it's focused because of that ridiculous soul shards spawner. That stays full anyway, so I've got all the beef in the world to keep doing that. So I am powered off beef and netherwort at the minute, and that's slowly going up, only slowly going up. So yeah, that's working alright for me. I might need another vat at some point. There is other things I could use the beef for. I could, and it's been suggested in comments. Thank you for that. I could use the culinary generators from extra utilities. I could feed the Gormialis plants from Britannia with that, which I then could use the flux transfer thing to actually make RF in a roundabout way. Then I've probably be less efficient than that. I don't know, but anyway, that's I've got plenty of beef to do stuff with, which is pretty cool. What else we got in here? And then yeah, fog. I had that fog issue with that boss mob. Because of that, I thought it might have been this guardian arrow here before I realised it was a boss underneath. So Yeah, you're a bit chatty, aren't you? So I put him back in his soul vial, the Eldritch Guardian, and I had this guy in a soul vial, so I put him in here for a bit as well. And he didn't attack me. I called him Jeff. Hello, Jeff. Jeff the cultist. He's a ninja lifesteal. Ooh. Yeah, he just happily sits there and looks at me, which is a bit weird. So Jeff the cultist is in the cage for a while. Let's move on. Less said about that the better, eh? I've showed you my advanced furnace. What I want to do, I mentioned blood magic reagents. I actually wanted to make some of them this episode. I might get on with that. And then ore gathering, ore processing. Ore processing I mentioned. Wheat farm, I want to upgrade my wheat farm. That's my bottleneck on my cake at the minute. So I'm going to do that really quick. What the most of this episode is going to be now is using 4 rituals, blood magic rituals I've never done before. So that's what we're going to be doing in a minute. Plus a couple I have done before. And that noise was my keyboard. My keyboard's dying. The wire's breaking up the back. I have to buy a new one tomorrow. And then at some point, because my ore gathering using the meteor is leaving me a bit short on redstone, I need to automate the Britannia glowstone, quartz, and redstone doubling, which I've done it manually up to now. I've done it manually with DW20. A guy called Chillamo Watch, who does a lot of buildcraft stuff. He's done a real nice job with buildcraft. I want to see a magicy way of dropping stuff in there and doubling my redstone. So what I'm talking about there, of course, is in this guy over here, the conversion catalyst. Put a redstone in there, you get 2 back. Same as put a glowstone or a nether quartz in there, you get 2 of them back. You can double stuff up using your mana, and this is solid. This is working well. I'm up to 107, which is nice. I think I had about 120 odd in there, and I just made some redstone a bit earlier. But yeah, the bottleneck at the minute for the cake factory. Let's get rid of my magnet again. I know I can just shift click that off, but it's easy to drop it in there and that. These are working very nice, by the way. Look, these 2 ethereal blooms I made. I'm sorting the grass back out. If you remember, this grass was all dark like that was because of that sinister node that you had down there. It's gradually sorting it out, which is quite nice. As you see, the meteor ritual is gone, and we're going to get to that in a minute. It's over there. But before that, I want to make a farm. Now, I think we can put a panel on the front of a block, like a facade thing. It's a facade. Depends what block though, doesn't it? Right. I'm going to pull this guy up. I've had enough of you. Ender farms are pretty cool. I've got not against them, but I'm going to do this a different way. So I'm going to pull that guy up. And I should put that somewhere really. Oh, I ain't got my bloody magnet on. That's why things are falling all over. There we go. So, what I actually want is to grab some seeds. I could have just left this here, to be honest. It's not going to make a difference, is it? I could have actually had 2 farms going. Screw it, I'll leave that here. And that I've been getting mana forever, so I don't know what that's doing. That ain't doing anything. I'll just get some seeds and make a fresh farm here. That makes more sense. So, and I want a bucket of water. I'd actually use a bucket of water now. I don't know if I showed you this. Rod of the Seas. Bottle of water, rune of water, living wood twig. Rod of the Seas. It's a water source. You can use it to fill your apothecary tablet for one thing. And plenty of other stuff for apothecary this thing here, look. So when you're making loads of flowers, you can just right click on that and it'd fill it up. It's already full anyway, but so you put all your things in, so like Q, 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 and then bam, and then Q, 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 and then bam, and then you can do your flowers a little bit quicker when you're making them. Worth doing. Right, let's make another farm. I'll start it here, and it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a gap. That's quite nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There, don't want to be. Oh, you failing son of a bitch. Block lag. block guy had me over. Give me a bit of dirt, for Christ's sake. Ooh. Oh, God. What's happening? I already had dirt in my inventory as well. Absolute numpty. Let's try that again. I actually don't want to do that yet anyway. Because I need to be down here first. We're going to go... we have one ritual there, and I have one below it. Now, there's a little bit of messing around. I want to do this as well. But we'll start like this. Let's get some ritual stones. I have made a lot of ritual stones because we're going to be using quite a few in this episode. Quite a few. I'm going to use 2 master stones here, and I'm going to use quite a few of the other stones. Now, what I'm going to do, I actually wanted to get some reagents for this bit because I wanted to show you what this ritual was like, fully speed boosted with Potentia. I've not actually made any yet. First thing I'm going to do here is get all the way a little bit and change this to the Green Grove. There we go. Can't remember the name of it. Green Grove. There we go. So Green Grove, of course, we've seen before plenty of times. So that's the ritual of Green Grove. That's going to do the plants around the 3x3 nice and quick, but only the 3x3. So that's not a massive big deal, but it's all right. It's going to help. So we're going to have that on, and then under that, this is all going to go and move at some point. I don't like this place down here, so it's going to look a bit scruffy at the minute, but it's going to be all right. And I just want to show you this ritual because I've not used it before. It's called a Reap of the Harvest Moon, I think. I'll go and buy it. We'll buy it, and I. Reap of the Harvest Moon. There we go. Call those Zephyr. Reap of the Harvest Moon. Excellent. So spam that down, and there we go. There's that one. So that's a little bit bigger, and that does a 9x9 area, which is pretty cool. So let's activate that, and then I'm going to want a hoe, which I don't think I've got. Have I? I don't think I've got anything that acts as a hoe, have I? I must have a hoe of some kind. You lying. I've got a bit of like an eye. I think Sice is generating chunks in the nether, isn't he? Making with a wooden hoe. He's looking for ghostwood, so he'll be generating chunks in the nether. So that's why I've got a little bit of block lag. So that water incident was Sice's fault, not mine. Everyone tell him. So I don't need this much, so let's just make an iron hoe. I bet you never thought it'd be exciting. What? You never thought it'd be this exciting watching someone crafting a wooden hoe, an iron hoe, would you? I don't know what I'm saying, do I, half the time? There we go. That tree farm's bugging me as well. That's also going. That is going to go alright. Let's use the Rod of the Seas properly this time. In the hole. There we go. Nice water source. Lovely. That's what I was trying to show you the first time. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have a gatherer golem for this, but I'm not going to need a harvest golem because that's what the Reap of the Harvest Moon is going to do for us. I could of course use something else for collecting it, but I want to use the golem because I want to keep it a bit magic-y. Well, it's blood magic, you know what I mean? I want to keep it magic. I could use the advanced item collectors from random things that are really good. I know Sice uses them a lot, but I use them a bit in Resonant Rise 2, I believe, and they are very good, and they're very cheap as well for what they do. But there we go. Got rid of that wooden one. I should have prepped this off camera and made a the farmcraft hoe or something. So, there we go. That's all good. And then let's get these seeds planted. So these 9 around the water source are going to grow real quick because they've got the ritual of green grove underneath them. Now, when I get some reagents sorted, which will be possibly this episode, but it's getting late, so possibly the next episode, I'm going to add. I think it's called Vertus to that, and that makes it do a full 9x9 area. Yeah, 9x9. So that means the green grove is going to affect, when that's there, the green grove will affect this full area, which is pretty cool. So they're growing. Did I activate the green grove? I'm sure I did. Oh, it's night time. Don't grow at night time. Cool, so there we go, we've got a farm anyway. I'm going to have to wait till daytime to see what the crack with that is. Now, next thing I want to do then is we'll leave that for a bit. Tell you what, I'm going to have to cut, I'm going to have to get a golem, because as soon as things grow, that's going to start chucking stuff on the floor. So let me get a golem. Okay then, so I've actually decided against having a golem for now. I'll have them 2 guys, they're going to go upstairs at some point as well. What I've done is I have brought a strong box over here and got one of my hopper hocks that I've got a load of, and I've got 2 picture frames and I've just connected it. I've connected it to the pipework into what feeds into this barrel, and seeds and wheat there. I do need a bit of wheat from upstairs, and now it's daytime because Lion just kindly slept, so I could get to daytime. You'll see that this middle one grows real quick, and let's chuck that in there for now. Just chuck them down there. So the hopper hock's pulling things away. What you're going to see is that middle bit just on its own is going to grow real quick because of the green grove underneath it. When I get some of the Vertus stuff, then all these will grow real quick. But it means doing it with the reagents all the time. So I won't be using it all the time. I'll be just using that to get a boost. So every now and again, I'll make a bell jar full of that, and that'll fill that up. So what you can see happening there is that's that other ritual underneath, the Reaper of the Harvest Moon. That's got a 9x9 area, and whenever it sees a full plant, it will break it, just drop it on the floor, and it'll replant the seed. So that's automatically replanting, which is really cool. So it'll replant all these, and the hopper hock will grab the wheat when I add it to the picture frame, of course, which I've not done yet. So jump over here, and bam, there we go. So now we're getting wheat in there. So it turns out we've actually got 2 wheat farms on the go, which will help. Like I said, this is my bottleneck. I've got 120 stacks of cake, but that's still only 2,000, and my barrel there will load 30 odd thousand. So a tree in my face. So that's that going. That's pretty cool. I like that. So that's one ritual we've never used before, Reaper of the Harvest Moon. And now we're going to go to another ritual that we've used before, and I'm going to pair it up with a couple that I've never used before. So what I've done is I've made a hole down here. This hole only had to be one wide, but I made it a bit bigger. I don't know if I'm going to put a well or something around this. I've not decided. I might put it inside a building, I'm not sure yet. But I plan to build something around the top of that. But if we drop down here, you will see I have got my Mark of the Fallen Tower down here. So when a meteor comes down here, it shouldn't cause any damage to any of the walls, or it shouldn't cause any damage to any of my stuff up top, any of my animals or anything, because it was knocking the picture frames off the in the cake factory, if you remember. So what we've got is the obsidian block. I had it 12 blocks high before. It's 11 blocks now, and that means the meteor sits right in this. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to call a meteor first. I think that makes sense. And for that I need an iron block, which I've not brought because I am a noob. So let's quickly grab an iron block. Okay then, got an iron block, and I've just realised I might not have a safe way of getting out of here. I'm going to have to change this around a little bit once. Oh, I thought I was a bloody creeper then. Made me jump. Dickhead. So let's activate this. That just cost me 1 million, I think. Is that on there? Let's get out of here before the meteor comes and kills me. Land on there. Okay, that made me jump. Right, so there we go. And there's our meteor. As you can see, it's done no damage to the walls, and it's sat right on the frame of that, and it's done no damage to that because of our awesome obsidian block in there. Now, what I actually wanted to do was I wanted to grab the obsidian block first, but it's stuck in the middle of there now, so I have to not grab that just yet. What I've made is something from Found with Tinkerer that I've seen Kieran Dave use yesterday on his videos. Really cool. You make it using the transvector interface, mirrored glass, and redstone comparator. Transvector interface is like that. Now, the transvector interface is a block that lets you access many sides to the same block, which you've seen me use many times before if you watch my videos. This is a new block though, and what this does is this can move a block to a different location. So what I actually do with this, I'm going to have a couple of things in here with this. The first thing I'm going to actually do with this, so a bit of light so we can see. I'm going to put some proper lights down here when I get it all sorted. But I just wanted to get this video going, you know. First thing I'm going to do with this is, you can disguise this as any block as well, is I'm going to have it so that when the obsidian is not up there, then it's covering this. So you can't actually throw iron block on there unless the obsidian's up where it should be, which I think is pretty cool. And I actually meant to do that before I called the meteor, but never mind. I need a button as well for that. I've got no stone on me anyway, so never mind. So there's the first thing I want to do. Now, the rituals that I've not used before, which we're going to use, and I'm going to get a bit carried away here. There's certainly more efficient ways of doing this, but I'm having a bit of fun. So what I'm going to do is I want 8 master ritual stones. Yep, that's how crazy I've gone. And an absolute load of ritual stones there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off. I'm going to put one in the middle first, just to get my bearings, and then the one in the middle I'm going to pull back up. So master ritual stone, and what we're going to do here is we're going to have ritual magnetism, I believe it's called. Let's pan our way back through here. Ritual magnetism, cool. And we're going to make that. There we go. So there's a ritual magnetism. Now what we're going to do is we are going to build 8 of these around a circle, then get rid of that middle one. So let's use some ritual stones for now. Tell you what, I'll use some bits of dirt so I know what I'm doing. I'll dirt that, and then ritual stone, and then our ritual diviner. I'll pick them back up now. And what you're going to see happen is they're going to be sharing some of the blocks of each other. So you see, if I was leaving that there, that would be sharing the blocks with that. We're not leaving that there. But, oh, did my pick destroy dirt? It does. That's a shame. Actually, oh no, it doesn't. There it is. Not got my magnet on. Keep forgetting. All kind of stuff. Because it's a lot later than I'd normally be making a video, and my brain's hurting. Look, failing at everything. So there's the second one of them, and what I'll do is I'll cut and I'll get the rest of these placed, because you don't want to see me just place eight of these. It's a bit boring. But as you can see, that is going to go all the way around 8 of them, and then on top of that we're going to have 8 of the next ritual, which is the ritual of the crusher. Now you can have the ritual of the crusher up to 5 blocks above this, so I could have it touching the roof, but it doesn't have to be. Well, I maybe should do it actually, because we've got room for it. Yeah, I shall. So I actually need more ritual stones, don't I? Because I need 16 in total. So if I put that there, right above that. Yeah. So now, does it go that far? I think it reaches that far. We shall find out. I might have to test this. See if these two work. Oh yeah, I don't want it that high actually. Oh yeah, I can. What I'll have to do is put my ender chest. I've got 8 ender chests here. I put that in the roof. I'm not sure if this is going to reach 4 blocks below it. It might do. We shall find out. Let's have a look. So let's put that back there and do that again. Are you done? No, because it has blocks above that as well. I can't remember what the blocks above it look like. Let's make one down here real quick. This is why I normally make videos in the morning and not on a night. Right, there we go. So that's 4 blocks above them bits. So, fuck it, let's just bring the whole thing down. Well, you get the gist of what I'm doing here. I have to make some more Master Ritual Stones anyway. So I shall bring that block down 1. So I'll put that back. Bring that down. This is almost as exciting as me making that iron hoe, isn't it? I know, I can tell what you're thinking. You're thinking, what the fuck are you doing, Akko? There we go, right, cool. So, that's got a 3x3 block in there. If this doesn't keep up though, what happens, I think, what'll happen is it'll place blocks here that I'll have to manually mine away. But that shouldn't be a problem. That's got quite a bit of stuff in there already. What I'm going to do is I want to turn this one on. With my stone there, so you can see what's going on. So, turn that one on. That's going to start pulling ores up from here. Turn that one on. It's going to start sending them ores to the chest. So what we're doing here is we're sending them ores into here. Cool. Which will then go in and get in processed, because this is behind the chest that's above my sag mill and my alley smelter. So that is going to get most of these blocks. Now, I've sussed with 8 of these. What you can do these with reagents as well, but I don't want to have to rely on making reagents all the time. And I think it looks real cool. You can do with one of these with terray sent to it, it'll do this full thing. With one of these with terray and Orbis terray sent to it, it'll do a really big area. But I've got loads of ritual stones, and I kind of like the look of this, so I thought I'd have a mess about. Actually, I'll get all the rest of these made, and I shall come back. So here we are then, just placing the last one. So if I activate these two, now my LP network is getting pretty low. So activating all these, got me down to 5 million, not too bad. What I need to do is get a chest on top of that one. Now there's not actually a great deal of room for me to get in amongst all this. I've left it a bit tight up here. I maybe need to raise the roof by 3 or 4 blocks, I think. Which I shall probably do. Now my chest did fill up because it's not quite keeping up. As you can see, it's getting a bit backlogged in there. I'm only running 1 sag mill. Of course, when I go to the alchemical constructs, that'll be a bit different. But there we go. That's the basic gist of it. As you can see, it does everything apart from this central column, because these do a 7x7 area. So because of the way I've got it going, it's missing that middle bit out. I've got a solution for that though, and it involves the transvector dislocators. Now the first thing I want to do with the transvector dislocator, first thing I want to do is kill that creeper before he causes any hassles. I need to put lights in the walls to stop shit like that happening. Certainly. Well, the first one I'll do with this is get the binder, which is the tool that goes with it, and we are going to click on the front of that. You can see which side the front is by that little animation there. You can change that by clicking on the side of a wand that you want to be the front of it. So I'm going to click on that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the obsidian. There, banding complete. Right, now it should work with a lever. It should have a lever in here. I don't think I've got a button. Let's have a look. I've got a button. Cool. I'll have a button. Thanks. Actually, button's not going to work. Button is not going to work. It'll have to be a lever. Because if I try and put a button on the side of that, all it's going to do is it's going to camouflage that block as a button. So if I put a lever there, pull the lever, there we go. So now I cannot actually activate the ritual unless the obsidian's there. If I activate the ritual without the obsidian there, it's going to blow the shit out of this, out of all the root. It's going to blow the shit out of the walls. It's going to destroy this ritual. It's going to destroy the floor. So that is a nice safety mechanism there. That will only work when that obsidian's up there, unless I man the obsidian, of course. But I've got no reason to man the obsidian, so I've built myself in a little safety net there. Cool. Now what I'm going to do with the other trans vector dislocators is I'm going to have them down the side, like why you stopped? How's it all filled up? Oh, look at that, it's backed up. So that's the problem when it backs up. You see it comes above the level of the thingy area. So that does actually 1, 2, that does 3 blocks. So if I had done that one higher, it should have been alright, yeah. So I probably will move them up 1. Because now when this starts again, it stops because there's no room in the chest, I'm guessing. Yeah. There we go. So let's make some room in the chest. I don't know where it's getting this coal and stuff from. Oh, it must be, it's clearing out underneath as well, isn't it? I ain't cleared down to bedrock, that's why. So there we go, had a bit of room. So see now it's going to start clearing these bits underneath, but it can't actually clear them there, so I'm going to have to go and round and manually man them bits out. So yeah, between this episode and next episode I will clear them. Now what I'm going to do with these transvector dislocators is I can put them, I'm not exactly sure where I need to have these yet. Let's just do 4. I've only got 3. Just do 3, and let's grab my 1 there and get rid of the equal trade cap. I want them 3 facing this way, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bind these to their equivalent one in the middle. So that's that one, and that one. Cool. And then with some redstone cable, that should work, and my Yeta wrench. I can put a redstone signal into these, which I shall probably have on a wireless thing, so it's actually down at the bottom. I can just press a button down at the bottom. But for now, so we're doing this a little bit ghetto because we're trying to work things out as we go. If I put a lever there, is that going to work? Yeah. So what I can do now is pull that lever, I'll bring that over here, and I'll put them into the range of the thing. So I can actually just, once it's sorted, once I've pulled it down here, I can press that lever and it'll put the obsidian here, and it'll bring that central column out from the middle, out to there, which will do 2 things. 1, it'll give me a way of getting straight up and straight out. So I'll be able to go straight up the middle. And 2, it'll mean that these get manned and I don't have to do it manually. So there we go, how's that? I have to go clear that space out, that chest out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the episode there. I'm going to do a little bit of work on this between episodes. I'm going to get them reagents sorted because I do want to show you that farm in all its glory. And I do want to show you that in its all its glory as well. So what I'll do is I'll put the middle one in with some Ordo and Ordo Terrain, and it's going to clear out a big area of ores right around my base. So, but we'll just have to do that the once, and then I'll just run that like it is without the reagents. So there you go. I have sorted out my mining solution a bit. I'm not getting a lot of redstone, but we can sort that out with Tanya. I'm not getting any V shards, but we can sort that with something else. I can always fall back on mechanism if I need it. Right, I am going to make sure this is all alright, then I'm going to go to bed. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I hope to see you next time. Cheers, bye!